what you will learn in this episode.
Discover the real secret to fast language learning that polyglots use. It's not about talent.
Learn how embracing mistakes and real conversations can accelerate your fluency.
Find out why FunFluent is a game changer for turning passive vocabulary into active skills with movie dialogues.
Uncover simple yet powerful techniques like self-talk that make learning feel natural and fun.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling something I think a lot of you have wondered about. How do you actually unlock the secret to learning a new language? It can feel like, some people just get it. They have that natural gift while the rest of us struggle. Ever feel like you're just missing that language gene?
Oh, absolutely. It's a really common feeling. And it gets fascinating when you look at polyglots, people who speak like a whole bunch of languages.
Right.
You got to wonder, what makes them tick? Is this something innate or, is there more going on?
That's exactly what we're digging into today. We've looked into how these polyglots operate, trying to find those, common threads, the actionable stuff that anyone can actually use.
Yeah, no matter how tough language learning has seemed before.
Okay, so let's first tackle this big idea, talent. We really need it.
Well, what's super interesting is that when you actually talk to these polyglots, this whole idea of a fixed language talent, it kind of falls apart.
Right.
Take Benny, for instance. Spent years in school trying to learn Irish Gaelic and German. Couldn't really speak them. Now, he speaks 10 languages. Or Lucas apparently wasn't a great English student,
Okay.
Went on to master 11 languages fluently. 11.
Wow. Okay, so what changed? That's the real question, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is the really interesting part. For both of them, it wasn't like some switch flipped and they suddenly had this hidden talent.
Right.
The turning point, it seems, was when they took learning into their own hands. They ditched the traditional school methods.
And started finding what actually worked for them.
Exactly, what clicked. And a massive part of what clicked for them and for so many successful learners is enjoyment.
Enjoyment, you mean? Fun.
Yeah, fun. Polyglots often talk about language learning like it's something they genuinely enjoy doing, which I know might sound a bit strange if your main experience has felt like, hard slog.
Definitely. So how do they make it fun? Give me some examples.
Okay, so Benny, he adopted the speak from day one idea, just jumped in, wasn't worried about mistakes.
Really?
He saw mistakes as feedback, basically, just information. And Lucas, his approach was kind of wild. He'd just start random video calls with Russian speakers on Skype.
Just cold calling people.
Pretty much, just to learn basic conversation starters. It's that proactive thing, driven by curiosity, not fear of messing up.
Okay, that's bold.
And you also see polyglots getting genuinely excited about making their own colorful grammar charts or really getting into flashcards they made themselves or diving deep into language apps.
So finding their thing.
Yeah, finding the bits of the process that actually spark some joy for them, even cooking using a recipe in another language, stuff like that.
I can totally see that. I remember trying to learn Spanish with these dry textbook dialogues. It just wouldn't stick.
Right.
But then I switched to reading Harry Potter in Spanish, a book I already loved.
Yeah.
Okay, I understood maybe 10% at first, but because I enjoyed the story, I kept going. And eventually, things started clicking. Same with watching Friends in German. Total noise at first.
Yeah.
But I loved the show, so I stuck with it. And slowly, you start picking things up, you hear a word you recognize, then a phrase.
That connection is so important. If the old ways feel like a chore, there are just so many options now. Language apps, interesting YouTube channels, podcasts on topics you actually care about.
Or even just talking to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Self-talk is great practice. Anything that makes it feel less like work and more like, something you want to do.
Okay, but let's be real.
Yeah.
Just having fun isn't quite enough, is it? You could have fun watching foreign movies forever, but not actually learn that much systematically.
That's a crucial point. Enjoyment keeps you in the game, it provides the motivation, but you need effective methods too. Methods that actually help you retain information long term.
Right, like what?
Well, techniques like spaced repetition are incredibly powerful.
Spaced repetition. Explain that a bit.
Sure. It's basically reviewing information at increasing intervals. Just when your brain is about to forget it, you review it again.
Ah, okay.
This really strengthens the memory trace over time. Apps like Anki or Memrise, they're built on this. There are other ways too, like the gold list method. It's about structured review.
So it's strategic remembering, basically.
Pretty much. It stops things just slipping out of your brain after a day or two.
And if people are wondering, like, where do I find these methods?
Oh, the online polyglot community is amazing for that.
Yeah.
Loads of people share their exact strategies on YouTube, on their websites. It's worth exploring, see what resonates with you. It's often about experimenting a bit.
Makes sense. Find your fun, find your effective method. What else?
A system, putting it all together into some kind of routine.
The consistency factor.
Exactly. Look, we're all busy, right? Finding extra time can feel impossible.
Tell me about it.
But it's often about weaving it into what you already do, integrating it.
Like how?
Could you maybe get up 15 minutes earlier? Use that time for some vocab review. Okay, maybe. Or listen to a language podcast on your commute. Or while you're doing dishes or laundry. Those little bits of time, they add up.
Yeah, finding those pockets. And maybe actually scheduling stuff.
Definitely helps, like setting up a regular chat with a language partner. Or saying, okay, Friday night is my watch a movie in French night. Having that structure makes it stick.
Okay, enjoy it, use good methods, build a system, and finally, I guess, patience.
Oh, massively. This is maybe the hardest part. You have to be patient with yourself. Fluency doesn't happen overnight. It just doesn't.
But progress can happen relatively quickly.
For sure.
Yeah.
You can see significant improvement in months if you're consistent and you're enjoying it. And those early wins, like you mentioned, understanding a joke on Friends.
Yeah, that felt huge.
Exactly. Those moments are incredibly motivating. They show you it's working, and that fuels you to keep going.
So when we boil it all down, the real secret, it's not some magic gene.
Not at all. It seems to be this combination. Find ways to learn that you genuinely enjoy. Use effective methods to actually remember stuff, build those methods into a consistent system, and then give it time. Be patient.
So maybe a question for you listening then. Think back on any time you tried learning a language. Were you really enjoying the process?
Yeah. Were the methods you used engaging? Did they feel effective for you?
Could be that simple. That the key to unlocking your own language potential is just about finding that approach that genuinely sparks your interest and then actually weaving it into your life consistently. Maybe it's time to try a new path.